life lesson episode of the Confidence Through Health podcast. What I want to talk about is that it shouldn't matter what someone else rates our performance. What matters is, did you do your best, and can you figure out how to get better than the performance you just did? And this is something that I deal with a lot, both for myself as an athlete, with the athletes that I coach, with people that I talk to and coach, from both a health perspective, but a life perspective. It's judgment is a piece of life, unfortunately. And we're all caught up in this, not all of us, most of us get caught up in this judgment piece of judging either others or judging ourselves in comparison to what we see others doing. And years ago, before I even started my business, I worked on taking judgment out of my life. It's difficult. It's especially difficult if you're in a competitive situation in some form of your life, because as an athlete, comparing yourself to either your previous times or the other people that you compete against is an absolute piece of that competitive puzzle. You can't go out and run a 5K in a race situation and not see how you did and see the results page in comparison to other people, because people promote it. People talk about it. It's there. It's out there. They give medals away for it, right? Like, that is a piece of life. What are you doing with that information? That's the bigger piece of, am I going to be able to have joy out of this situation and improve my situation and improve my life? Or am I going to get stuck in that comparison piece and struggle with either not being good enough or always chasing or always trying so hard just to stay ahead of somebody else when it really doesn't matter? What matters is, are you doing the best that you can do on that given day, in that given circumstances? And I've won titles. I've heard other people that have won titles that have said, after a few minutes afterwards, you celebrate, you have fun, and then you realize it didn't really change my life. It gave me a designation that I can say that I won something. But in the overall, it didn't really change my life other than how I viewed myself, because now I've accomplished something. So now I know I can accomplish something else. Now I know I can do it again because I've done it once. And I talk to people all the time about this in the athletic world, in the health world. If you can do something and live a healthy lifestyle for a week, you can do it for your lifetime. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Doesn't mean there's not going to be challenges. There's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be obstacles. There's going to be things that come up. But if you can do it for a short time, you can do it for a long time. It's a matter of how much are you committing to doing that. But what somebody else thinks about your behavior changes, your lifestyle changes, your whatever you're doing, should not matter. I understand that it does sometimes. We should not let it matter what somebody else thinks about the way that we're operating in our life, as long as it's legal, right? Like, if it's illegal, granted, okay, that's bad. If we're doing something that's a detriment to ourselves and somebody is trying to help us, that's a different situation. If we're trying to improve ourselves and we just can't seem to improve as much as the next person that we see improving, it should not matter if they think negatively about what we're doing. Or if we're improving, but maybe we're not improving as much as we want to. and somebody else is trying to tear us down because we didn't do good enough. That shouldn't matter. We improved. We should focus on the positive things that we're doing, figure out how to improve on those, how to get better, how to take bigger steps, right? Whatever that situation or circumstance is that we're trying to move forward with our life, and try and figure out how to do that more efficiently, quicker, and bring that joy closer to us in our daily life. And when you stop worrying about what other people think, it changes the pressure in your life. It changes the stress in your life. And when you stop judging other people, then you'll notice that you don't pay attention to other people's judgment as much. Like, it definitely changes and shifts the energy that is around you. And if you're not actively involved in that, you tend to not attract people that are actively involved in that. You tend to attract people that are more, I'm just trying to improve my life. I hope I can set an example for you. And if you want to know some of the tips and tricks and blah, blah, blah that got me to where I am, let's move. But if you can or can't do it, if you do it quickly, do it slowly, I'm not judging you on any of that stuff. You choose a different path, I hope it works, right? Like, we should not be worried about that. What we should be worried about is, am I reaching my goals? Am I reaching my potential and going beyond them? And am I figuring out how to do it as efficiently and easily, if that's possible in the circumstances, that it can possibly be done? Because when we start worrying about what we're doing and focusing on what we're doing, we actually stop worrying because we're just focused. We have goals, we have steps to take, we have behaviors to make, we have routine to follow. And then we don't have to have worry or concern about what's coming in the future, because we can start to write our future based on what we're doing without having this outside not noise of, if I do it this way, somebody's going to say something. If I do it that way, somebody else is going to say something else. And so I have to walk on eggshells and tippy toe around to make sure I don't offend anybody, because I'm so worried about what everybody else thinks. And that's not the way that we should be going through life. And if you're an example in a non-judgmental way of how to reach your goals and how to be successful and how to find the happiness and joy in your life, you'll attract other people that are trying to do the same thing, and you'll lift them up and they'll lift you up, and everybody starts to get better. So that's the life lesson for this episode of the Confidence Through Health podcast. It shouldn't matter what anybody else thinks about our performance. The only thing that should matter is, are we learning something from it so we can move forward as a better person?